And welcome back. Thanks be to God. Finally, nakagawa tayo ng video para sa ating Day 3, Part 3, Ugly Things Living in the US. Pasensya na kayo, it took a while bago ako nakapaggawa ng final na video. Marami akong attempt past few weeks, but it was brutally cold. Meron kaming mga weather na minus 10, minus 13 degrees Celsius. Ang pinakamasaklap is yung hangin. Meron kaming severe weather alert na ganun kababa yung temperature, pero yung hangin, meron mga 60 to 80 miles an hour na wind. That was brutal. And marami akong shoot na video prior to this day, but I was disoriented after. It was so cold na talagang halos nabibitawan ko na yung camera. But anyway, magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga nasa Pilipinas. Good evening and good morning kung nasaan man kayong panig ng mundo sa mga oras na ito. Welcome back po sa ating channel. And I hope you have few minutes to listen to my quick short, but I will try to make it a meaningful na story. Things that I considered ugly dito, living in the US. Meron nga ba talagang ugly when it comes dito? Siguro perspective na lang tong sasabihin ko, no? And I will try to make it like brief. Then gagawin kong 3 to 1. Top 3 rin. Para sa akin yung pangatlo na ugly na mako-considered ko living here dito sa US is ayaw ko rito, or for me it's ugly na yung mga bata rito. Masyado silang at an early age na expose sila sa salitang boyfriend, girlfriend. Imagine elementary, middle school, maririnig nyo sila na meron na silang karelasyon, na meron silang boyfriend, girlfriend. O kung pakikinggan natin, it might sound cute, hindi naman seryoso yun, puppy love lang naman yun eh, baliwala lang yun. But the truth is, yung mga bata na ito, na-expose sila sa salitang relationship or boyfriend, girlfriend, and nakikarry over yan hanggang lumaki sila. Imagine, ganun kabata, elementary, middle school, merong boyfriend, may girlfriend. Ang nagiging practice ng mga kabataan dito is now you see me, now you don't. The way they flip their emotions is just like flipping a switch ng ilaw. Makikarry over yan hanggang maging high school, college. Imagine, magiging part na ng behavior nila yon. To the point na maging adult sila and the right person is in front of them. And still, they cannot resist to see other people again. Oh, meron pang isang matindi dyan. Pag nawala na yung kilig factor, wala na yung spark, oh, it didn't work out. Lagi silang merong scapegoat na kung tawagin ay divorce. So, anong nangyayari? Bata pa lang sila, doon na sila na-expose sa mga ganong klaseng boyfriend, girlfriend na nakikarry over hanggang sa sila'y lumaki at tumanda. Guys, yung worst part nun is may mga tao rito na matatanda na sila. Imagine, they're still dating, trying to look for the perfect one for them. I always tell my kids na anything you build that is great, it needs some time. Magbibuild ka ng good relationship, it needs some time. You need some time. Magbibuild ka ng great na body, good na physique, it needs some time. Magbibuild ka ng beautiful house, ideal house, that needs some time. Magbibuild ka ng being a good Christian or good relationship kay God, that needs some time and practice. Anything that is great, anything that you can consider as an accomplishment, that needs some time and effort to develop. Career, same thing. Relationship, same thing. Health, same thing. Being a good person, spiritual wise, same thing. Kaya kailangan natin na sa umpisa pa lang, mapapractice na natin yung mga ganong klaseng mga bagay. And I don't like that because yung mga bata rito, since na-practice nila yun, talagang napaka baba ng pagpapahalaga nila sa salitang relasyon or relationship. Okay, that's my number 3. My number 2 is, ang para sa akin na makakonsidered kong ugly dito sa Amerika, siguro papatungkol ko pa rin sa mga bata kasi very particular talaga ako sa basic unit ng society, family. Yung core values, napaka-importante nun para sa akin. Ang number 2 for me is ang mga bata rito ay tinuruan about ng kanilang mga karapatan. Things that, oh, it's my right, it's my right, it's my right. Pero, hindi sinamahan ng responsibilidad yung salitang karapatan. Mga bata rito, sad to say, sa bagay, hindi ko naman sila masisisi, no? Especially pag dito na sila lumaki, they don't know. They don't know how lucky they are or blessed they are to be here in the US. So, ang nangyayari, lagi silang lumalaki sila, especially pag nag-teenager na sila. Oh shoot, they thought they know everything. Minsan, dyan ko naiisip na, bakit nga ba itong mga bata na to, early age nasisipa na sa bahay? You know why? Kasi super titigas ng ulo. When you care, they thought na nakikialam ka sa kanila. To the point na nangihingi na yan ng, they call it personal space. But the truth is, gusto lang nila ng freedom na gumawa ng whatever escapades that they can think of. Come to think of it, at an early age, sometimes, or most of the time, those kids that been kicked out at an early age, what they normally do is they live together so they can survive. Imagine kids raising babies at that early age, magkakaroon sila or mag-establish sila ng sarili nilang pamilya. Anong core values ang tingin yung maituturo nila or maibibigay nila sa mga anak nila at that early age? So, yung tigas ng mga ulo ng bata rito, hindi tinuturuan madalas ng mga magulang, kaya lumalaki sila mga bastos. So ganun ang nagiging kultura ng mga bata rito. Bata pa lang sila, tinitrain na sila tumawag ng 911 pagka mapapalo or mapapagalitan. Yung mga ganun bang bagay. Napakatitigas ng ulo ng mga bata dito, and you need to be like on top of it every single day, for if not, oh, it will be bad. It will be very bad. That's my second, yung tigas ng ulo ng mga bata rito. Kailangan talaga silang bantayan at higit sa lahat, turuang mabuti. Siguro, kung makikita lang nila yung other side of the world, kung gaano kahirap, kung magkakaroon lang sila ng experience na makita yung mga third world country, siguro marirealize nila or makikita nila na talagang super blessed sila eh. Baka mag-iba yung mentality nila about those things. O hindi rin natin masabi. Baka maging cause din yun para ma-depress sila pag nakita nila yung totoong word na hardship. So, yun ang aking number 2. And the number 1 is, ang number 1 na ugly things living here in the US is yung challenge ng pagpapalaki ng mga anak. Especially kung me as a parent or yung mga parents na sa Pilipinas na lumaki tapos nag-migrate dito, And dito na sila nagkaroon ng kids or dinala nila rito yung kids nila at an early age. So iba yung standard ng lumaki ka sa Pilipinas when it comes sa salitang disiplina. So malaking pagkakaiba. Bakit yun ang ugly or I would say number one yung challenge ng pagpalaki ng mga bata? Kasi dito habang lumalaki ang mga bata, maliliit pa lang sila, na-expose na sila sa mga gratification, yung mga mabilis na na-acquire yung mga bagay or mga things. And habang lumalaki sila, na-expose sila sa environment na kailangan nila ng validation. Napakalaking challenge ng environment na kinakalakihan ng mga bata rito. Dahil nagkakaroon sila palagi ng comparison compare sa ibang mga bata. They need to be relevant. They need to be validated. They need mga papuri. And mas madalas sa hindi, pagka kinumbine ninyo yung tigas ng ulo nila habang lumalaki sila, tapos lalo na pagka lumalaki sila kahit na anong lahi, nabubuli yan. So you need to strengthen, train, and teach your kids to be strong mentally, physically, spiritually, para makapag-stand sila sa ground nila. So they know exactly what to do when things happen sa kanila. Yun yung mga foundation ng isang bata na talagang dapat natin bigyan ng atensyon. Ngayon, habang lumalaki sila, nagkakaroon sila ng mga challenges pa sa nakikita nila na lagi kong sinasabihan yung mga anak ko, it doesn't mean it's norm, it's good. Kasi yung mga batang nag-early na mag-boyfriend, mag-girlfriend, mga bata na early na nag-i-smoke, mga bata na early na umiinom, mga bata na early na nai-engage sa mga bisyo or mga bagay na they thought it was cool. Ayun pa yung fear pressure ng paligid. So habang lumalaki sila, exposed sila doon sa mga bagay na talagang we need to keep eye on it. We need to talk to our kids. We need to be mindful, watchful kung paano sila mag-respond, mag-carry ng selves nila outside our house, kung paano nila hinahandle yung stress ng mga challenges ng everyday na buhay nila as a kid. Kailangan natin silang turuan or imulat na I think it's more on the right term is ipamuka na yung binibigay natin sa kanilang roof, food, shelter, or care. They need to see all those and they need to appreciate it. They need to learn that they are very lucky to be a part of a family that truly cares for them. Just like what I said dun sa previous na video ko, ang mga bata rito, maliit pa lang, tinuturuan ng tumawag ng 911 pagka suswetuhin mo sila or papaluin mo sila. Nung lumalaki yung mga kids ko, kinounter namin yan, in-explain namin yan sa kanila. Gusto nyo tumawag ng 911? Go ahead. Or give me the phone and I will call 911 for you. On that matter, I don't need to worry about your breakfast. I don't need to worry about if you can get to school. I don't know if you can eat lunch. I don't know if you have a nice clothes. Who cares if you eat dinner? Oh, kaming parents, we will go to jail, we will have a break. At ikaw, as ay batang matigas ang ulo, lalaki ka sa foster home. Doon ka lalaki. Give me the phone and I will call 911 for you. Ganyan namin kinounter yung mentality ng mga bata. So natanim sa isip nila na kapag ka kinokorek sila at binibigyan sila ng instructions how to do it right the next time, they don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna call 911. Nope. 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 So yan ang mga challenges ng mga bata rito. Validation, being popular, yung mga things na when I was growing up, hindi naman who cares, basta kami masaya naglalaro. Yan ang mga dilema ng mga bata rito na lumalaki. And guys, just like what I said, hahaluan nyo ng boyfriend, girlfriend na maliliit pa sila. Tapos matitigas ang ulo, knowing all, making decision on their own, they thought they're right. And when you care, they feel like nakikialam sila. Tapos haluan nyo pa yan pagka hindi yan natuto sa finances. Oh, it's downhill quick. Very quick. So, pangarapin natin na magkaroon ng Diyos ang ating mga anak sa kanilang buhay. Hindi lang basta career. Hindi lang basta material things. Turuan natin sila magdasal, magpasalamat at humingi ng guide sa Panginoon sa araw-araw na let God lead their day. Let God mauna sa kanilang araw. So I hope may natutunan kayo rito sa aking good, bad, and ugly living here in the US. At maraming salamat sa inyong oras. And I would like to shout out si Mama LV, yung nanay ng aking best friend when I was in high school, si Paring Benji. Magandang gabi, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And again, please subscribe, share, and like the video para makapag-upload pa ako ng iba pang mga videos. I hope nakakuha kayo ng tips and tricks or ideas sa aking mga videos. Again, to God be all the glory. Marami pong salamat. And until the next time, see you again. Bye.